So, having called the company and complaining about the water quality that I mentioned was much worse after the new filter was installed, they asked what kind of a water tester I was using. And this is what I was using. It's called a Z tester. And she said, well, that's really total, what does that stand for here? So she said, well, that's not really a good test. You can't really test your water with that because the quality will actually be much better after the filter's been installed, but this kind of a tester will not really show that. So she said the two options are either buy a water kit, or you can have your water tested by sending it out to the big company, and it'll cost a couple $100, she said. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't do my own research. So I'm not going to spend $100 for it. So I went out to Lowe's and I bought this drinking water analysis kit. And this is what I'm going to run. Now, this is good for two tests. So I'm going to run a test with the tap water and then filtered water using these two. I don't even know what's inside here, but we'll find out soon. This kit contains these directions, which are in English. And if you're Spanish, brush up on your high school Spanish and you could read it this way. 6 tests, copper test, and iron test. And there's 2 sets, so you can test it twice. Okay, and then you have this little chart here, which I'm guessing we're going to have to check the different colors on it. It also comes with this little test tube. I covered the 6 test strip, which looks like this. And as you pull it out, pull out the strip from the packaging, and it just looks like this, like a bunch of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors on it. So to run the 6 tests, we're supposed to fill the tubing and then dip the strip in for 2 seconds, remove with pads face up, shake once to remove excess water. Immediately read the total hardness, total chlorine, alkaline, and pH. Wait 30 seconds, and then read the nitrate, and then throw the strip out. And then, well, the copper test is going to be very similar. Just check it out against the chart that they gave us there. I'm assuming that, okay, so that's the copper. And then I'm going to assume that the iron test is going to be very similar. And there is the iron test, very similar. Okay, and what is this? Hydrogen sulfide test. Okay, since hydrogen sulfide can be detected by water with rotting egg smell and taste well, turn off the tap water, let it sniff for 1 minute and smell. Oh, that's a good test. They're telling you just smell the water. Okay, so you bought this kit, and you can actually do a hydrogen sulfide test by simply smelling it, okay, if it smells like rotten eggs. Wow, okay, I needed a kit for that one. Okay, excellent. Okay, so here we have this little vial that they supply just filled with the regular tap water. And here's our little chart, and according to the directions, dip it in, wait 2 seconds, read it immediately, okay, after you shake off the excess. And then you have to wait 30 seconds to read the other reading of the nitrate. So here we go. Here's a little stick here, and let's see, 1, 2, and there's our 2 seconds. Shake off the excess, okay, and we'll drop it over here. And here is our immediate reading. And I don't know if this is good or bad. Well, nitrate seems to be 0. Okay, which is right around here. Actually, it's 0. The pH level is at 4. Alkalinity seems to be a little bit high. Seems to be at 80. And let's see, the total chlorine seems to be at 0.5, and the total hardness seems to be 0, which is pretty good, I guess. Now, this is from the regular water. 30 seconds have elapsed, and we can see that our nitrate parts per million is good. It's a 0, and the nitrate, what is that? Nitrate, why is there 2 nitrates? I don't know, but it's 0. So regular tap water is not all that terrible, I guess. I don't know, tastes all right to me. We're going to check for the copper, and these are a little bit different directions. Okay, fill the tube, it already is. Immerse the copper strip, which only has one thing on it. Immerse and swirl it 10 times. I don't know what happens. I'm going to swirl it 11 just for fun. Okay, then remove it, wait 15 seconds, and then compare it to our chart. So here it goes. Put this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about 10 right there. Okay, I didn't do the 11. I should have. And whoa, that's pretty high. Wait. Yeah, that is pretty high for the copper. Let's see. Oh, I'm on the wrong strip. Up there. Okay, so it seems to match right about here. I'm going to say between 0.6 and 0.0. That's our copper test. Again, this is the plain water, plain tap water. Now I'm going to test the iron. Okay, we're going to do the iron test. Very similar. Well, the water's already filled up. Dip it for 2 seconds and shake it off. I don't understand. Sometimes I want you to, sometimes I don't. Okay, so there's a copper test. It just has one strip on it, which is right there. And so here's our water, still our water. And 1, 2, this is the iron test. Oh, 0. Not bad. Not bad at all. So this is 0. Now that was our regular tap water. And now we are going to run the same tests, but with our filtered water coming out of a filter that's under the sink. All right. Now, to get the best possible reading, okay, I'm going to run this very slow, okay, because that'll give a chance for the running it slow gives a chance for the water to go go through the correct filtrations. And I did rinse it with, I did rinse this little vial first with the filtered water. Okay, so many times. Okay, so, there we are. Okay, so now we are going to do our other tests. Let me grab a strip. Okay, now we're going to do the 6-part test on the filtered water. This is the same, very similar strip as to the ones that we used before, because the test kit, like I said, came with 2. So here we go. Put in the vial. 2 seconds. 1, 2. Shake off the excess. Looks pretty similar, actually, to the first one. Looks almost identical, as a matter of fact. Oh, I see. The pH level has dropped. And also nitrate, well, we would actually have to wait 30 seconds, but okay, but it seems to be about the same. Like I said, pH level has dropped considerably. The alkalinity, alkalinity seems to be set at 80 now, and the chlorine, it's about 0. It's closer to 0. And let's see, the total hardness is 0. The colors on this camera, of course, aren't going to be as good as what I'm actually viewing. Here we're going to do the iron test. Okay, there's the one where you dip it in for 2 seconds, remove, face up, okay, shake once to remove the excess water. Sometimes I want you to, sometimes I don't. Okay, now 2 seconds, so here goes. 1, 2. Okay, shake off the excess water 1 time, and let's look at our readings. Now this is our iron. Okay, so 0. It's closer to 0 than any of the others. Okay, I'm going to say it's a 0. And now we will test the copper. Yeah, copper test. Okay. Swirl it 10 times, then remove it. Do not shake off excess water. Wait 15 seconds and compare it to the color chart. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's about 10. And let's check that out. Which strip? Where are we here? And let's see, copper. Well, it says to wait about 10 seconds. It's been about 15 seconds. It's difficult to see on the camera, but this is 0.3. It's the closest one. Okay. This is 0.3, which it's actually getting lighter. Okay, it's actually getting lighter, so it's actually off the chart. Okay, it's closer to this, 0.6. Okay, that's the closest one. It was getting lighter and then it got dark again, but it's right over here. So I'm going to guess it's a 0.6 right there. All right, and that's it. I don't know how helpful this was to anyone, but to me, I think it was a whole waste of time and $10. Wasted $10 on this thing because I don't think this does much. Actually tasting the water. Let me do that. You know what? That's one thing I have not done was the actual taste test. I'll do that right now. Well, obviously this cannot be an unbiased because I'm the one who filled both of these up. So I will be tasting the tap water first and the filtered water second. So here goes the tap water. Okay, I can actually kind of taste like metallic stuff in there. I'm not sure. I've never actually drank the tap water, so I have no idea. But now I'm going to try the filtered water. This guy right here. So, and there's actually a huge difference. When you drink this, you actually want to drink more of it. It's lighter. It doesn't have a taste. The other one, this is the tap water. Actually, it's like full-bodied wine. Okay, it's very heavy. So, I guess the filter is doing something. I'm not sure, but what it's doing. But I ran tests, and I have no idea what they were for, if they were good or not. But whatever. All right. I hope I just didn't throw away a bunch of money to filter.